The harsh reality is that your digital footprint extends well beyond just what you post on social media. Everything you do online leaves a data trail, and data brokers are making sure that they follow closely with a dustpan. They don't just collect and sell this information to marketers either, but this information can even be shared with scammers and insurance companies. So in this video, I'm going to provide a thorough Incogni review to determine if it can truly offer enhanced data privacy and how. All right, real quick, if at any point you decide to invest in Incogni, I've found the best price. You can use my discount link down below or just scan this QR code to check it out. All right, before talking more about the Incogni data removal tool, we first need to understand who it's fighting. So what are data brokers? Well, Incogni alone tracks well over 400 URLs linked to data brokers. These are all companies that collect, combine, and sell personal profiles about people like you and me. And it often happens in the background without you even knowing. Worst of all, it's not like if you're doing something in particular. I mean, everybody is fair game. Let's take one of your average days online as an example. You sign up for an app in the morning, by lunchtime, you've made an online purchase, and by the end of the day, you've input your email and phone number somewhere else online. All innocent activities, right? You'd think so, but see, often all or part of that information has been collected by the site and then shared with a third party. A data broker then comes along, buys that data, and matches it to public records to identify you. Over time, they add more and more information to your profile, creating a detailed digital version of you that holds all types of sensitive information. This profile is then sold to anyone that wants it. And don't think it's stored somewhere secure either, often falling into the hands of scammers. Look, I'm not trying to be a fearmonger. It's just the harsh reality of today's cyber climate. Your data is a currency, but it isn't all doom and gloom, okay? And data broker removal services are being released to protect your digital footprint. And that is where Incogni comes in. So what is Incogni and how does it work? Briefly put, it helps you remove all of that info that's been collected. Realistically, you can't visit or phone all of these businesses yourself, so it contacts them on your behalf and just asks for your stored information to be deleted. Plus, it tracks their compliance and keeps repeating the process to make sure that your information isn't just re-added. Having this data removed not only helps you minimize spam, targeted ads, and scam calls, but it also helps you avoid the worst case scenario, identity theft. And if you want to get started right away, remember, don't pay full price. I have Incogni discounts right down below. All right, looking at the user interface, it's all actually pretty straightforward enough to start using immediately. Plus, it's all automated, and that means it's constantly scanning websites for you. If you ever think, does Incogni work? There's a dashboard with real-time updates. This includes detailed information about how much time the automation would take you to do manually. Also, in the requests page, you can view the status of requests, the severity level based on the associated risks, and the average resolution time. If you want specific information, clicking each entry is going to show you the history of interactions with a specific company on a timeline and a detailed explanation of the status. So, I mean, sounds great, but what if you need Incogni to contact other brokers outside of its known list? Incogni's custom removal feature is incredibly easy and fast to use. It takes literal seconds. Just submit a link to the website that's exposing your personal data, and Incogni's experts will take care of the rest. So just know, although the custom requests are unlimited, they are only available with the higher tier subscriptions. Also, Incogni cannot remove your information from all sites because of legal or technical limitations. So it's not going to remove things like court records or old social media accounts. All right, now let's get down to the question we all really care about in this Incogni review. How much does it cost? Well, the standard plan is decent for individual use. It keeps your information off of Incogni's already existing and expanding database, although I recommend the unlimited plan. It's the best value. It adds coverage on thousands of additional sites, custom requests, and live phone support. Then you got the family plan, which is ideal if you need easy family account management and more members. So overall, Incogni's cost is decent, especially when you think about how long it'd take you manually to contact brokers and track the process yourself. It would be a full-time job. Plus, regardless of which you choose, they all include ongoing monitoring, coverage for multiple emails and numbers, and even a money-back guarantee. So the best value is with Incogni's annual billing, and when you use my exclusive discount, the price gets even better. But before I can summarize my thoughts on Incogni, let's answer an even more important question. Is Incogni safe for you? I'll be honest, it's a bit of a trust exercise. You do need to hand over personal information to, in turn, protect your personal information. Logically, how do you know that Incogni isn't collecting and selling this data right from under your nose? To find out, I did a little research here to check if it's all legit, and here's what I found out. Evidently, Incogni operates under strict, recognized privacy regulations like GDPR and CCPA. And by law, its terms and conditions oblige them to use your data strictly for the mentioned purpose and nothing else. Terms and conditions have been broken before, right? But third-party audits are a much better way to verify compliance, and these do show that Incogni has no history of data breaches or privacy violations. Not to mention, Incogni was created by Surfshark, a cybersecurity powerhouse with a track record of creating trustworthy and robust security tools. Look, you might adjust your browser privacy settings and review sites' cookie banners, but I can guarantee at least one data broker out there has your information. After all, data is digital gold. However, getting a tool like Incogni is a sure way to limit where and who has access to it. With watertight security, a straightforward user interface, and a great value, Incogni is a decent tool for all types of users, especially if you want to take back control of your data. And that's my Incogni data removal review. I hope you learned how to delete your data from the internet, and I'll see you soon in the next one. Bye.